Good day, Perceptive Reader. This is James Lynch, and this is a James Poetry Consultant moment. Thank you again for your interest in jamespoetry.online and also the tips or wages pages for coffee, buymeacoffee.com/James Poetry. Today, what I want to talk to you about is a subject that I've covered over the years in a variety of different examples. And remember, the truth is in the parable. I could actually go and mention several movies, but I won't. You will be able to think of some of those movies right in your mind when I explain the situation of the way people get agreements today. Now, this is not in every situation, but I tell you what, uh, you will notice it more after I talk about it than maybe you have before, because a lot of people have actually just fallen into the role, if you will, of acceptance of something that it really does not have a basis for it, but it's been accepted for years. Yes, for years on end. And what I want you to know or realize in one case, I'm just going to say straight up that uh, this is the way many persons have gotten things done. And it's really more of taking a long way around with getting it done. But they've gotten so used to accepting this way of functioning that they actually believe it has some credence to it. And the point is, I'm here to tell you today is no, it doesn't really have credence to it for a lot of persons. Why? Because one, it actually goes into the area of um, it not only insults their intelligence at times, but it really is a presumptuousness still on the level that God showed in the Bible on why he struck Uzzah down for touching something of his that, he had no business touching, no matter how that situation looked. So what is it? You know, basically, you know, somebody might jump through hoops for this reason or that, and then they could be dealing with a person who is already looking out for them or really just has appreciation for them. That as these persons went about this way or that route of trying to get a yes or a no from the person, that, if they only would have just asked, they would have received the yes or no for whatever the situation was. Um, However, I told you there's a way of functioning where people, instead of just asking or being clear, um, even the devil in the details would probably give more information at times. No, they will actually put more efforts into place to probably somehow tricking you as if they're getting over on somebody or getting over on you. And th- to me, that's just not a good way to establish a foundation of honesty towards one another. Uh, yes, there's a time for uh, um, ways of functioning in that, in that way. But see, it doesn't apply to every situation. And that's what I, try to continue to explain to you that some of the regular methods or social interactions that people may do, just in a regular, um, everyday conversation with one another, uh, does not really find its place, or it's in there, but it shouldn't be all the time, because it takes away from the seriousness of what you're really trying to get accomplished. And some of these um, establishing a contractual rapport with people that you would want to, do something with in the future or what have you. And I'm just talking about what? Money. But you still do have a lot of persons who don't function in that way. Uh, as some person would say, I'm one of them, you know, be a professional. Some people would say, be an honest man, be an honest woman, and you will be able to accomplish something so much faster. So, what are some of those actions? I'm just going to mention one of them, and I told you that there's examples of this, and it really goes to show no, already the premise of the way the person is being approached, it doesn't have no credibility with someone who deals with you in honesty, and that's why it wouldn't apply. What am I talking about? All right. Imagine you have this individual, okay, and uh, he comes and he or she or what have you comes and they knock on your door. I mean? I'll tell you, it doesn't move it like this. And the thing about it is, you see that person, and you open the door, and then they just say, may I come in, or what have you. Now, the point is, this may be the first time you've seen this individual. However, because they are actually with someone you do know, and that person is already just walking in the door because, they're your friend or they're your business partner or what have you, what? Do you really stop them from coming in? No, because they just happen to be with the person that you have that connection with in the first place. And so when a person just still stands and say, may I come in? And you just say, sure, okay, all right, they come in. Now, just because they step within your door, that doesn't now mean they have every right just to walk all through your house, just to lay across your bed, just to do all sorts of stuff without further or additional permissions. Now, does that? No, but I'm telling you, you actually have some persons who function in another. Remember, the truth is in the parable, that function in other ways of taking liberties and presumptuousness from you or somebody else, and will end up saying, well, he or she said it was all right, and he or she didn't say it was all right. Where do you get, just because I let you sit down, at one of my chairs, that they give you free reign to do all sorts of other stuff? You see, there's an example in the Bible that has several different type of applications that Jesus gave. Well, he was even saying, when you go to somebody's house or a feast or dinner, he said, just don't walk up there and put yourself right at the front of the table, the head of the table of honor, or, next to them or what have you. Or what did Jesus say would happen? Or basically he was saying, you will find yourself very humiliated or embarrassed, so to speak, when that person tells you to sit right back down at their footstool. You see what I'm talking about, person of the reader? So this is what I'm here to emphasize. You remember I told you, you probably know what examples where people actually think or function like that, what type of movies use that type of reasoning. They get more into the horror flip of the horror situations, you see. So that'll give you something to crack up about. But that's what I want to share with you today. It's the same thing where, you heard me talk about really unethical or illegal contracts. There really are such a thing as that. Yes, sometimes they may be harder to prove because of the type of lawyer you may get. But I tell you what, some lawyers who have gotten fed up with seeing these type of contracts that they know every contract, you really should have a clear understanding of what you're reading, what you're doing, and why you're applying it. And anybody who goes another type of route, you see what I'm saying? It's like you're not conducting good faith or honest business in the first place. If you got to use the devil in the details, so to speak, and that's why I go right back to what I was saying in the beginning. Sometimes persons will jump through hoops and use all these different type of methods when it was like all you would have had to do was just ask. All you would have had to do was be honest. So the point is, no matter how these things panned out, you see what I'm saying? It is still not somebody else's a responsibility that you see something that you want from them. And I mean, and that's what I'm considering or saying are reasonable people. It is something on a level. Whether they're request funds for it. Uh, uh, um, how this belongs to them in this area or that area, and it is so important that this person would not give you this or that based on a simple hello, based on a simple inviting you to their house or a function this one time. The person may invite you to their house or a function one time, but it doesn't mean they're going to invite you every single time just because you want to be there. Or, well, presumptive reader, when you got your good partners or what have you, then yeah, But see, that's the whole point is we do not, from Jesus' illustration, we do not put ourselves on a level with people, you know, really, unless we really have been invited to do so. And no matter how persons try to say you gave permission by association or what have you, I'm here to tell you today that's still functioning in dishonesty when really there was no permission given in this serious way or not. So what do? You write your letter. What do? You go to somebody a page or buymeacoffee.com page or what have you, and you write a note. You establish some point of contact with them, and you can build upon it from there. Thank you, Perceptive Reader. Have a very wonderful day.